All right, so let me go ahead and share my screen. There you go. It's another video that I put up just now for the Shabbat Praise Yah for this day. And let's get into it. Okay. Okay, I think my mic might be working now. Please tell me that my mic is okay. It's working. Ugh. Praise Yah. All right. Well, praise Yah for this Shabbat day. It's just a beautiful day today. It's a blessing to be able to wake up and praise our Elohim. Should turn this off. Sorry, y'all. Do not disturb. Oh, yeah. And I just want to say really quick, I need to definitely put up like a profile picture of like the clouds or a tree or something, so it's just not a black screen. I do have to put up a picture or something in between the times when I'm going to certain scripture and I'm reading out a Bible Gateway, so that it's not just a black screen up there. If I don't know. I guess it'll make it more interesting and less boring. But anywho, let's get back to it. Got people on here trying to interrupt the Shabbat. All right. Because I know just listening to my voice with nothing to look at can get kind of boring. I'm not saying the Most High's word is boring, because the Most High's where I get fire in my bones when I hear the Most High's words. But maybe I don't come off as charismatic as others. Maybe I'm a little more serious. I don't know. But yes, I will definitely put up like a picture of the Torah or something up there to highlight the word. All right. Now, I just want to praise Yah, our Elohim, for this day and bless this day so that we can obtain some knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Well, knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. After we gain that understanding, and that the Most High guide our steps. Bless the Almighty and bless the whole nation that the Most High has chosen to rule over the earth, and that is Israel, the house of Israel. Praise the Most High. And I just wanted to go over a couple of things. So, for anyone who wants to know, this channel is only for people who want to hear the word of Yah. I do not claim to be a moray. I'm still a student myself. And I'm sure other morays will probably agree. You never really stop being a student. You're always listening, you know, um, learning the word together with you. All right. So um, let the Most High guide us and teach us in the word. And you can't mess up when you're just going by what thus saith Yah, right? Just going by the word. So, I don't claim to be a leader. I don't claim to be a rabbi or any of them things. I am just me, right? I'm just an ordinary person, ordinary Hebrew, just like you, and a human being like you too, like everybody. So it is what it is. Let's get into the word. I just want to go over a couple things. So I'm not trying to change anyone's views. I don't want anyone to get the wrong idea. I'm just putting forth the information for those who would like to hear it, and for those who don't care to listen, you're free not to listen. Um, I listen to the word of Yah, no matter who's speaking it. So that's just me. But yeah, you're free to leave if you don't agree with the word of Yah. Um, and if you don't like my voice, I guess. So whatever. I'm still going to spread the word of Yah whenever I can. Praise Yah till the day I die. So I'm gonna go over this, and then I don't really want to go over it too much anymore. Um, I just want to go over the Most High telling us that uh, we need to go out of the daughter of Babylon. Um, First, let's start off with Genesis 20, because I want to go over um, some things about our people and how we are as a people. We are a nomadic people. We've been nomads. As man, it's all throughout our history. Like it's all throughout our history. We're still journeying. That's what we do, right? So we know that any place that a Hebrew decides they want to move to in any corner of the earth, um, that's not the first stop, and it certainly won't be the last stop. Definitely won't be the last stop. So we'll start in Exodus 20, where it says, "And Abraham journeyed from thence toward the south country, and dwelled between Kadesh and Shur, and sojourned in Gerar. And Abraham said of Sarah his wife, his wife, She is my sister. And Abimelech, king of Gerar, sent and took Sarah. But Elohim came to Abimelech in a dream by night, and said to him, Behold, you are but a dead man for the woman which you have taken, for she is a man's wife. But Abimelech had not come near her. And he said, Yah, will you slay also a righteous nation? Verse 5 says, Said he not unto me, She is my sister? And she, even she herself, said, He is my brother? In the integrity of my heart and innocency of my hands have I done this. And Elohim said unto him in a dream, Yeah, I know that you did this in the integrity of your heart. For I also withheld you from sinning against me. Therefore suffered I you not to touch her. Now therefore restore the man his wife, for he is a prophet, and he shall pray for you, and you shall live. And if you restore her not, know you that you shall not die. You shall surely not die. You and all that are yours. Therefore, Abimelech rose early in the morning and called all his servants and told all these things in their ears. And the men were sore afraid. Then Abimelech called Abraham and said unto him, what have you done unto us? And what have I offended you, that you have brought on me and on my kingdom a great sin? You have done deeds unto me that ought not to be done. And Abimelech said unto Abraham, what sawest you that you have done this thing? And Abraham said, because I thought, surely the fear of Elohim is not in this place, and they will slay me for my wife's sake. So he tells you right there, people who don't fear the Most High, they're not going to go by what thus saith Yah. So he had to think on their level, the level of man, and not the level of a prophet. So that shows you even prophets are only human. We know our forefather Moses killed a man for putting his hands on our brother, an Egyptian, right? So if prophets were only human, right, and they did things that you wouldn't think somebody that you look at as holy would do, then what does that make us? What does that make us? You know, we only human, so we come at each other on that level of a human. I'm not above you. I'm not beneath you, right? Unless you have some sort of a complex or an ego, right? Where it's always about you. Everywhere you go, got a camera in your face, right? So in verse 12, so Abraham's letting him know, I know y'all don't fear y'all because it's all about y'all, right? You're man. So I had to come to you where, at the level that you at, let just this is my sister. Because that's what y'all understand. Speak your language. So then verse 12 says, and yet indeed she is my sister. So he's not lying. She is the daughter of my father, but not the daughter of my mother. And she became my wife. And it came to pass when Elohim caused me to wander, and this is before, in verse 12, this is before there were laws against marrying your siblings. That doesn't come until later. We'll go over that one too. That's before that. But so they're still multiplying throughout the earth. Of course, the earth wasn't as crowded as it is today. He told Abraham in a dream that his seed would be like the stars. His seed would be like the stars of heaven. So, of course, that wasn't the case when Abraham was still living. that takes time, generations. So, that's why he married his sister, the daughter of his father. And those men, um, they would impregnate more than one woman, right, to fill the earth with people, with humans. It's kind of like how the animals do, right? So we go to, and I want to pause there real quick because I need to correct something. So in Genesis 15, um, verse 1, it says, "After these things, the words of Yah came unto Abraham or Abram in a vision, saying, Fear not, Abram, I am your shield and your exceeding great reward. And Abram said, Yah Elohim, what will you give me, seeing I go childless, and the steward of my house is this Eliezer of Damascus? And Abram said, Behold, to me you have given no seed, and lo, one born in my house is my heir. And behold, the word of Yah came unto me to him, saying, This shall not be your heir, but he that shall come forth out of your own bowels shall be your heir. And he brought him forth abroad and said, Look now toward heaven. This is verse 5. And tell the stars, if you be able to number them. And he said unto him, So shall be your seed, or so shall your seed be. Genesis 5, Genesis 15, verse 5. So he tells Abraham that his seed is going to be like the stars. But in verse 1, it says, The Most High came unto Abram in a vision, not a dream. Because the Most High comes in visions and dreams. So I just want to correct that error. Abram received this information in a vision, not a dream. All right. Verse 13, and it says, And it came to pass, when Elohim caused me to wander from my father's house, that I said unto her, This is your kindness, which you shall show unto me. At every place whither we shall come, say of me, He is my brother. So he already schooled her, told her what the deal was. Verse 14, she must have been very, very, very pretty. That's all I can say. She had to be very beautiful. And verse 14, and Abimelech took sheep and oxen and men servants and women servants and gave them unto Abraham and restored him Sarah his wife. And Abimelech said, Behold, my land is before you. Dwell where it pleases you. And unto Sarah he said, Behold, I have given your brother 1,000 pieces of silver. So he paying them. Behold, he is to you a covering of the eyes, and to all that are with you, and with all other. Thus she was reproved. So when a man is saying you're not covered, this is what it means. Your husband is the covering of the eyes for the wife. When you hear guys say, Are you covered? Are you covered? Are you covered? For other men, right? So verse 17 goes, So Abraham prayed unto Elohim, and Elohim healed Abimelech and his wife and his maidservants, and they bare children. So when he prayed for Abimelech, him and his wife and his maidservants bare children. Tells you right there, children are a blessing. Right? Verse 18, For Yah has fast closed up all the wombs of the house of Abimelech because of Sarah, Abraham's wife. Let me go back. So Abraham prayed to Elohim, and Elohim healed Abimelech and his wife and his maidservant, and they bear children. Okay. So I guess it just means that Abimelech and his wife had kids and his maidservants, and not the whole house of Abimelech. Oh, or is it saying that the Most High closed up the wombs of the house of Abimelech during that time when Sarah and Abraham sojourned through there? I'm gonna have to pray on that one because that's interesting. So I guess one verse came before so the last verse, verse 18, that sounds like it came before verse 17, because after that they bear children. I gotta pray on that one. Mm, I gotta pray on that one, or I gotta ask Amore, somebody who have better understanding. But so you see here that the Israelites sojourned. They sojourned. Abraham sojourned. Our forefather Moses sojourned with the whole nation of Israel. That'll be the next verse. Let me write this down. Okay. Mm, let's go to trying to figure out what would be the best chapter for this. Mm, okay, so we'll go to the very end of the place. Okay, let's go to Exodus 11. Let's start at Exodus 11. Now, this is when the Most High was trying to get the whole nation out. The whole nation. It wasn't just one man sojourning, it was a whole nation. And the only way that the whole nation is going to come out is if Yah gathers them out. That is understood. Now let's go to stop sharing. And Exodus 11. Let's go to Exodus 11, verse 1. And it says, And Yah said unto Moses, Yet will I bring one plague more upon Pharaoh and upon Egypt. Afterwards he will let you go hence. When he shall let you go, he shall surely thrust you out hence altogether. Speak now in the ears of the people, and let every man borrow of his neighbor, and every woman of her neighbor, jewels of silver and jewels of gold. And Yah gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. Moreover, the man Moses was very great in the land of Egypt, in the sight of Pharaoh's servants, and in the sight of the people. And Moses said, Thus saith Yah, about midnight will I go into the midst of Egypt, and all the firstborn in the land of Egypt shall die, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sitteth upon his throne, even unto the firstborn of the maidservant that is behind the mill, and all the firstborn of beasts. And there shall be a great cry throughout all the land of Egypt, such as there was none like it, nor shall be like it any more. But against any of the children of Israel shall not a dog move his tongue against man or beast, that ye may know how Yah doth or does put a difference between the Egyptians and Israel. And all these your servants shall come down unto me and bow down themselves unto me, saying, Get you out, and all the people that follow you. And after that I will go out. And he went out from Pharaoh in a great anger. And Yah said unto Moses, Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that my wonders may be multiplied in the land of Egypt. And Moses and Aaron did all these wonders before Pharaoh, and Yah hardened Pharaoh's heart, so that he would not let the children of Israel go out of his land. So, since Pharaoh wanted to be hard headed, we'll see in Exodus 12 what's up. So, Exodus 12, verse 1, And Yah spake unto Moses and Aaron in the land of Egypt, saying, This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak ye unto all the congregation of Israel, saying, In the 10th day of this month they shall take to them every man a lamb, according to the house of their fathers, a lamb for an house. And if the household be too little for the lamb, let him and his neighbor next unto his house take it according to the number of souls. Every man according to his eating shall make your count for the lamb. Because why? Because you're going to burn what's left of it in the morning. So just only take your portion. Do not take more. Don't be greedy. Don't be greedy. So then in verse 5 it says, Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats. And ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening. And they shall take of the blood, and strike it on the two side posts, and on the upper doorpost of the houses wherein they shall eat it. And they shall eat the flesh in that night, roast with fire, and unleavened bread, and with bitter herbs they shall eat it. Wow, that's eating in haste. All right. So in verse 9, it says, with his legs and with the pertinence thereof. Mm, everything's getting burned up. And ye shall not, or ye shall let nothing of it remain until the morning. And that which remains of it until the morning ye shall burn with fire. And thus shall ye eat it, with your loins girded, your shoes on your feet, and your staff in your hand. And ye shall eat it in haste. It is Yah's Passover. And it's amazing, like how the body digests things when you think about it. Red meat takes hours to digest. And so you don't want to be all bogged down and tired and you're going on a long journey. So it makes sense why you would burn it in the morning. You're not going to have nobody trying to take no naps. It's time to go. Get up and go because you ate that meat last night for energy. And now you can use it as fuel to keep going. So now let's go to verse 12. And it says, For I will pass through the land of Egypt this night, and will smite all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, both man and beast. And honestly, you don't need no fuel from no food to keep going. The only fuel that you need is Yah. That's the only energy that you need. Beast. And against all the gods of Egypt I will execute judgment. I am Yah. And the blood shall be to you for a token upon the houses where you are. And when I see the blood, I will pass over you, and the plague shall not be upon you to destroy you, when I smite the land of Egypt. And this day shall be unto you for a memorial, and ye shall keep it a feast to Yah throughout your generations. Ye shall keep it a feast by an ordinance forever. 7 days shall ye eat unleavened bread. Even the first day ye shall put away leaven out of your houses. And this is coming up really soon. For whosoever eats whosoever eats leavened bread, and the first from the first day until the seventh day, that soul shall be cut off from Israel. And we do this every year. Now we can't sacrifice the Passover, but we can um, practice the Feast of Unleavened Bread. wherever we dwell. Um, verse 16 says, and in the first, and by Passover, I mean, and let me rewind this a little bit. There we go. By Passover, I mean sacrificing the lamb of the Passover. We don't do that except in the place where Yahweh puts his name. Praise Yah. Verse 16 says, and in the first day there shall be a holy convocation, and in the seventh day there shall be a holy convocation to you. No manner of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat, that only may be done of you. So we're not supposed to be working on the first day, and we're not supposed to be working on the seventh day of this high holy day, right? No manner of work shall be done in them, save that which every man must eat, and only may be done of you, right? For the Shabbat. 17, and ye shall observe the feast of unleavened bread. For in this self same day have I brought your armies out of the land of Egypt. Therefore shall you observe this day in your generations by an ordinance forever. In the first month, on the 14th day of the month at even, ye shall eat unleavened bread until the 21st day of the month at even. 7 days shall there be no leaven found in your houses, for whosoever eats that which is leavened, even that soul shall be cut off from the congregation of Israel, whether he be a stranger or born in the land. Ye shall not eat nothing leavened, in all your habitations shall you eat unleavened bread. There it is right there. Then Moses called for all your habitations, is what I was pointing out. Um, you're not supposed to eat leavened bread throughout your generations and all your habitations. Verse 21, then Moses called for all the elders, draw out and take you a lamb according to your families, and kill the Passover. And ye shall take a bunch of hyssop, and dip it in the blood that is in the basin, and strike the lintel and the two side posts with the blood that is in the basin, door of his house, until the morning. For Yah will pass through to smite the Egyptians, and when he sees the blood upon the lintel and on the two side posts, Yah will pass over the door, and will not suffer the destroyer to come in unto your houses to smite you. And ye shall observe this thing for an ordinance to you and to your sons forever. And it shall come to pass, when ye be come to the land which Yah will give you, according as he has promised, that ye shall keep this service. And it shall come to pass, when your children shall say unto you, what mean you by this service? That ye shall say, it is the sacrifice of Yah's Passover, who passed over the houses of the children of Israel in Egypt, when he smote the Egyptians and delivered our houses. And the people bowed the head and worshipped. And the children of Israel went away and did as Yah had commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. And it came to pass that at midnight Yah smote all the firstborn in the land of Egypt, from the firstborn of Pharaoh that sat on his throne until the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon, and all the firstborn of the cattle, even, y'all, even the cattle, even the animal. And Pharaoh rose up in the night, he and all his servants, and all the Egyptians. And there was a great cry in Egypt, where there was not a house, where there was not one dead. And he called for Moses and Aaron by night and said, Rise up and get you forth from among my people, both you and the children of Israel, and go serve Yah as you have said. Take your flocks and your herds, said, and be gone, and bless me also. And the Egyptians were urgent upon the people that they might send them out of the land in haste. For they said, We be all dead men. And the people took their dough before it was leavened, their kneading troughs being bound up in their clothes upon their shoulders. And the children of Israel did according to the word of Moses. So, as you see, when we go back to verse 31, let's go back to 31. After the firstborn of the Egyptians and the animals had died, right? And the firstborn of the captive that was in the dungeon had died. The ones locked up in prison, their firstborn died. So that means that not every single one of the Israelites made it out. Not every single one. Because our people were locked up in the dungeon. Our people were locked up in prison, just like to this day. So, and then the firstborn of the animals. There was not one, there was not a house where there was not one dead, right? So then we go to verse 31, and I want to go back and let's just go over. Um, okay, it says, And he called for Moses and Aaron by night and said, Rise up and get you forth from among my people, right? Both you and the children of Israel, and go serve Yah as ye have said. Also take your flocks and your herds, as you have said, and be gone, and bless me also. This is Pharaoh saying all of this to Moses and Aaron. And he's telling them to go, get away from us. We don't want to suffer anymore with you here. That's how much of a burden Israel had become to Egypt. And it says, Also take your flocks and your herds, as you have said, and be gone. Be gone, and bless me also. And the Egyptians were urgent upon the people that they might send them out of the land in haste. For they said, We be all dead men. They're like, we don't want to suffer no more of these curses. We don't want to deal with this anymore. Y'all can get your enemy to the point where your enemy wants to get rid of you because you become such a burden to them. They want to get rid of you. And the people took their dough before it was leavened, their kneading troughs being bound up in their clothes upon their shoulders. And the children of Israel did according to the word of Moses, and they borrowed of the Egyptians jewels of silver and jewels of gold and raiment. They taken clothes, socks, jewelry, everything you got. I'm taking it. And Yah gave the people favor in the sight of the Egyptians. They're like, we give you whatever you want so you can go. What do you want? What is it that's going to get you to go back to wherever you came from? So that they lent unto them such things as they required, and they spoiled the Egyptians. And the children of Israel journeyed from Ramesses to Succoth, about 600,000 on foot that were men beside children. That's a lot. 600,000? Can you imagine leading 600,000 people? Can you even imagine that? I couldn't even imagine leading 6 people, yo. That's crazy. 600,000? That's a lot. Verse 38 says, and a mixed multitude went up also with them, and flocks and herds, even very much. And you have to take into account where it says a mixed multitude went with them. That's even more people. That's a mixed multitude went up also with us, and flocks and herds, even very much cattle. Praise Yah. Verse 38 says, and a mixed multitude went up also with them, and flocks and herds, even very much cattle. And they baked unleavened cakes of the dough which they brought forth out of Egypt, for it was not leavened, because they were thrust out of Egypt, and could not tarry, neither had they prepared for themselves any victual. So they couldn't even, they had to prepare everything they had the night before, and they didn't have time to let it rise. They had to just take their bread and go, because the Most High told them, you can't leaven your bread. You can't. It's time to go. You got to get up out of here. Right? Verse 40. Now, the sojourning of the children of Israel, sojourning, right? Here we are with the sojourning again. We're sojourning. We are traveling by foot, right? Because this is what we do. Now, the sojourning of the children of Israel who dwelt in Egypt was 430 years. Sorry. And that's just another thing that just proves to you, going back to the mixed multitude, that strangers, other nations of people, non Israelites, they've always been amongst us. The Most High thought it was important to mention that the mixed multitude came with us into the wilderness, not Christ in the New Testament, but the Most High thought it was important to mention that strangers were also with us. So I'm not going to not acknowledge that it wasn't just Israel out in the wilderness. It wasn't just Israel out there. There were other people with us, watching us do things against the Most High, watching us transgress the Most High's laws. So just consider. So we journeyed in Egypt. We dwelt in Egypt 430 years. That was our experience in Egypt. 430 years. 430 It didn't say 430 plus or just under 430. It says exactly 430 years. Verse 41 says, "And it came to pass at the end of the 430 years, even the self same day, it came to pass that all the hosts of Yah went out from the land of Egypt." All the hosts of Yah went out from the land of Egypt. hmm And it's always been a remnant, even though it was a great number. It was a great number. I don't know how many of us lived in Egypt that didn't make it. I don't know. That's something I have to pray on and look for as well. But so I can't say it's always been a remnant. I just don't know. I know it's going to be a remnant this time around, but I don't know how. I don't know how many of us didn't make it in Egypt. So, verse 42 says, "It is a night to be much observed unto Yah for bringing them out of the land of Egypt. That is, that night of Yah to be observed of all the children of Israel in their generations." That's a night that has to be observed. Now, do we um, sacrifice the lamb? No, but we observe that night that the lamb was sacrificed. We observe it. It didn't say we were to perform it. We were to observe it. So, verse 43 says, "And Yah said unto Moses and Aaron, This is the ordinance of the Passover. There shall no stranger eat thereof, but every man's servant that is bought for money, when you have circumcised him, then shall he eat thereof. A foreigner and a hired servant shall not eat thereof. In one house shall it be." It also says to observe the Sabbath, to keep it holy. And that's in Exodus. Let's go there real quick. Just want to interrupt myself really quick. Um, some more to word of Yah. Interrupt myself really quick with some more to word of Yah. I don't know if y'all heard me the whole time I was talking, but in Exodus 20, uh, in verse 8, it says to remember the Sabbath. Remember the Sabbath to keep it holy. So let me go back to let me not interrupt. Let me play the video because I gotta get together these notes So I'm not coming all unorganized, but get together these notes because that's a whole video topic. A whole video topic. But praise Yah for this Shabbat. Let's get back to it. In one house shall it be eaten. You shall not carry forth aught of the flesh abroad out of the house, neither shall you break a bone thereof. All the congregation of Israel shall keep it. And when a stranger shall sojourn with you, and will keep the Passover to Yah, let all his males be circumcised, and then let him come near and keep it. And he shall be as one that is born in the land, for no uncircumcised person shall eat thereof. One law shall be to him that is homeborn, and unto the stranger that sojourneth among you. One law to us all. Thus did all the children of Israel, as Yah commanded Moses and Aaron, so did they. And it came to pass the selfsame day that Yah did bring the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt by their armies. Then we go on to verse 13. And it's more about keeping Passover, unleavened bread, and how he flooded the Egyptians. And when they came out after us, the Most High killed the Egyptians and led us in a pillar of a cloud by day and a pillar of fire by night, the children of Israel. So I'll start at verse 19, where it says, And Moses took the bones of Joseph with him, for he had straitly sworn the children of Israel, saying, Elohim will surely visit you, and you shall carry up my bones away hence with you. And they took their journey from Succoth, and encamped in Etham, in the edge of the wilderness. And Yah went before them by day in the pillar of a cloud to lead them the way, and by night in the pillar of fire to give them light to go by day and night. He took not away the pillar of the cloud by day, nor the pillar of fire by night from before the people. The Most High led us in the wilderness, and it talks about in verse 2 how it says, Speak unto the children of Israel that they turn and encamp before Pihahiroth, between Migdal and the sea, over against Baal-zephon, before it shall be ye encamp by the sea. So we've already started to camp. We're camping out in the wilderness because this is what we end up having to do when we leave the land of our captivity. That's exactly what we do. We camp somewhere because it's temporary. We know that our last stop is where the Most High takes us in the new kingdom, in the new earth, new Israel, new Jerusalem. How are you going to call yourself New Jerusalem when you live in ruins? Ruins all around you. The Most High said he's going to build up our ruined places. But I digress. let us go to another example. I love our stories. I love our history. Samuel 23. Is that what I'm looking for? First Samuel 23. So even David, King David, yes, even King David. Let's go to First Samuel 23. And it says in verse 1, then they told David, saying, behold, the Philistines fight against Keilah, and they rob the threshing floors. Therefore, David inquired of Yah, saying, shall I go and smite these Philistines? Okay? Like he was ready. David was a true warrior. Okay? He was ready to go. He was ready to like, where do I need to go? Just give me to just say yes, say when. Like I'm already there. And David, he was like, yeah, everybody catching bullet holes. Right. Yeah. So, and Yah said unto David, go and smite the Philistines and save Keilah. And David's men said unto him, behold, we be afraid here in Judah. How much more then if we come to Keilah against the armies of the Philistines? So here we go, dealing with this fearful spirit that a lot of Judah has. You know, it's unfortunate. Behold, we be afraid here in Judah. How much more then if we come to Keilah against the armies of the Philistines? Then in verse 4 it says, David inquired of Yah yet again, and Yah answered him and said, arise, go down to Keilah, for I will deliver the Philistines into your hand. So let's see, you gonna have faith in Yah? You gonna have faith in Yah? Or are you going to have faith in man? Because man is what keeps other men complacent. Man is what keeps other men oppressed. Man is what keeps other men away from turning to their Elohim. Man and their idols. Man and their ideology. There's always another man keeping another man in check, in line, oppressed, in a certain position. And so, how much longer are we going to continue to have the spirit of fear of man and not fear of the Elohim? So, verse 5 says, so David and his men went to Keilah, praise Yah, and fought with the Philistines, and brought away their cattle, and smote them with a great slaughter. So David saved the inhabitants of Keilah. So, as you can see right there, even David, our forefather David even left his comfort zone for battle, for battle, but he left his comfort zone. for Yah. So it wasn't just um, certain people who went out and sojourned. Our people are nomadic. Throughout our history, we've been nomadic since I can remember, since the beginning. Even when we got, listen, Adam and Eve, they didn't have a nation assigned to them, but just humans in general. Like, we've been moving around since the beginning of time. They got kicked out of the Garden of Eden. Like, and they had to find somewhere else to live, a place suitable for them. We sojourn, we leave, we move around. That's what we do. And I wish that some of us would stop trying to stop others from moving around, because you're not doing anything but holding yourself back. You're not doing anything but holding yourself back. The Most High already told us that the Most High was going to gather us from the four corners. Everybody knows that. And everybody knows that King David is going to guide us home. The whole nation of Israel, um, who studies Yah's word, we all know that the Most High tells us that the Most High is going to gather us from all four corners, all together as a nation. But being nomadic is a part of who we are. So every single one of us is not going to remain in the daughter of Babylon before that time comes, because we're all over the planet. You have people who are in Africa, are Hebrews in Africa, and they travel and sojourn to America. You have our people in Asia who travel and sojourn to Europe. You have our people in Caribbean. They travel and they sojourn to South America and all the different places around. We travel all over the world. That's what we do. That's Israel. We're all over the world, right? Just because we are still in our captivity doesn't mean that we can't move. We had our people moving way back when overseas. We had our people moving in from the 1800s through the 1600s. When we first got here, we were nomadic. Some of us started out in the transatlantic going to America, and we were traded and went all the way to Europe. We we're in, we're in America, and then we go down to the Caribbean. We've been traded all over the earth, and we're still moving. That doesn't change anything. That's not stopping the Most High's prophecy. There's nothing to fear except the Creator. So when we go to, it doesn't make you any less faithful in the Creator. It doesn't make you any more faithful in the Creator. Just having the wisdom to understand that the Most High is in charge of all these things. That's what we have to understand. There's nothing that any of us can do. You can't stop it, and I can't make it happen. Only the Most High can do all these things. And people who have a different calling, a different position, a different uh, setting, it doesn't change the fact that we are all waiting on the Most High to gather us again all over the world. Praise Yah. So let's go to uh, Zechariah chapter 2. Let's go to Zechariah chapter 2. And let's start at verse 1. It says, I lifted up my eyes again and looked, and behold, a man with a measuring line in his hand. Then said I, Whither goest you? And he said unto me, To measure Jerusalem, to see what is the breadth thereof, and what is the length thereof. And behold, the angel that talked with me went forth, and another angel went out to meet him, and said unto him, Run, speak to this young man, saying, Jerusalem shall be inhabited as towns without walls, for the multitude of men and cattle therein. For I, saith Yah, will be unto her a wall of fire round about, and will be the glory in the midst of her. Ho, ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north, saith Yah. For I have spread you abroad as the four winds of the heaven, saith Yah. Deliver your soul, O Zion, that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon. So you see here in verse 6, the Most High says, Ho, ho, come forth and flee from the land of the north. And the land of the north being America, the daughter of Babylon. The Most High tells us to flee from the north. Flee from the north. Many of us have flown from the north, saith Yah. For I have spread you abroad as the four winds of the heaven, saith Yah. So you know you're talking about this time. The Most High spread us across the world. This is the time that we're living in right now. Deliver yourself, O Zion. That's our people that dwellest with the daughter of Babylon. So you move and you keep moving and you don't stop and you don't forget Jerusalem. You don't forget the east. As you're moving along, when the Most High brings us all together to walk back home, or however we get back home, the Most High is going to bring us back. Some of us going to be on people's backs. We going home. And it says in verse 8, For thus saith Yah of hosts, after the glory hath he sent me unto the nations, which spoiled you. For he that touched you, touched the apple of his eye. For behold, I will shake my hand upon them, and they shall be a spoil to their servants. And ye shall know that Yah of hosts has sent me. Sing and rejoice, O daughter of Zion. For lo, I come, and I will dwell in the midst of you with Yah, or saith Yah. Sorry. And many nations shall be joined to Yah in that day, and shall be my people, and I will dwell in the midst of you. And you shall know that Yah of hosts has sent me unto you. Many nations shall be joined to Yah in that day, and shall be my people, and I will dwell in the midst of you. And you shall know that Yah of hosts has sent me unto you. And Yah shall inherit Judah his portion in the Holy Land, and shall choose Jerusalem again. Be silent, O all flesh, before Yah, for he is raised up out of his holy habitation. So the best thing that we can all do when the Most High raise up is to be quiet. All of us. Me, everybody. The best thing that all flesh, all of us can do is to shut up when the Most High comes. Because none of us could ever do the things that the Most High does. None of us could ever be the Most High. None of us could ever know as much as the Most High knows. Of course, when you're going to read the Most High's word, you're still going to be learning and seeing things that you haven't seen before because you are not God. We're all still babies in this. So the best thing that anybody who's claiming to be a false prophet or anything like holy, the Most High spoke to you, claiming to be a holy priest, and all of these lies that a lot of people like to spread and say that they are because they want to feel elevated. When it's not even about us, it's about the Most High. So when the Most High comes, when the Most High raises up out of his holy habitation, close your mouth. That's the best thing you could do. Praise Yah. So I hope you got something out of this. Um, I pray you got something out of this lesson. And I pray that you continue to have a blessed wherever you may be, wherever my people are, because we're scattered all over the world. Um, Me and you shall meet again, and hopefully we'll meet face to face as brothers and beautiful sisters. Praise Yah. So I love all of you. I pray you continue having a blessed Shabbat and that you continue gaining knowledge and understanding from the Most High's wisdom. Stay blessed. Peace to all. Shabbat Shalom.